keep repeating myself. So those who doesn't know me, I am Mushi Bhuiyan. I am a founder of nonprofit organization Urban Food Alliance. My background is computer science and financial advisor, and I do work with AI from the beginning. When it started November 30th in 2022. Before that, I have worked with AI, that similar technology for years. I have over 35 years of industry experience. I love technology. Technology is my passion, so I wanted to see if I can pass it on so I can help other people. At the same time, I'm bringing other passionate people who's like me would love to share. Then we'll connect and see if you can also give back to the community. We are a founder of a nonprofit organization, AIUFA.org. UFA is known as Urban Food Alliance. That's our short word, urbanfoodalliance.org. You can go on our website, you can take a look at it. Now, certain things I wanted to share just before we go too much. Those who heard about Y2K bug, around that time, year 1999, that 98, 99, that if you wanted to open a bank account, there is no way you could have done online. You would have to go to physically in a bank, show your paper and the documentation, and then you'd see in the bank so many people work in a bank, right? Now, come back at 25 years gone by. How many times or who you go to bank that and to do your banking work versus today most of you are doing a device like this, right? So you work on, and this one is much more powerful than even a PC today, right? My new iPhone, the phone that I am using, is faster than my laptop. So many times I use that phone, then I don't go laptop much anymore for many reasons, right? Now that ATM. Now think of that ATM that you need to get a cash. Old days you had to go in line, wait for it, and pick up your cash. Now you just go anywhere in ATM. You don't go, barely go inside, and you don't even have to go in the same bank anymore, right? How it convenient our life is. So when it comes to AI, think of the same thing. It's just convenience. It's not like AI is going to be replacing you, but AI is going to be replacing people who is going to be afraid of working with it. Again, AI is going to be replacing people who is going to be afraid of working with technology. Because if you think that this is another dot-com bubble, then you're going to be stay behind. Okay. So I see that happening in my own work. How many of you saw recently Microsoft announced something called Microsoft Copilot Cowork? Anyone in this room heard about it?
Yeah,
Microsoft
I heard it. I work on Copilot in Pfizer. I was
okay,
in deployment. Thanks.
Shifty Power. Okay, okay. So in a Copilot, you work with is great, like a Copilot Cowork. What do you know about Copilot Cowork? Microsoft announced 2 weeks ago.
Copilot, which I worked with Pfizer, was because I was
S-
working in
s-
deployment.
Okay.
So in deployment, you ask the audience or you are
I am
answering?
asking a Copilot Cowork, not Copilot itself.
No, I never heard Copilot Cowork. Sorry.
That's okay. No worries, no worries. That's what I said. Technology changes so fast, right? So all of you Google yourself or just look at something, and I will share the link. So just that at the end that we're not going to share with you the link right away. What I will be doing, I am sharing with you that we are all on the same page. So Copilot Co-work is just like, and we are I'm going to show you some demo what I have, but it's better to see from Microsoft side. And Microsoft announced it 2 weeks ago that what they're going to be doing and is coming. And not everybody has access to this tool, Copilot Co-work. What happened is a desktop that is going Microsoft have their own operating system on your window. So everything you do, like in start with the type of work you do, what we do typically, we check our email, and then when you try to respond, reply to those email, that it requires some data, some information, either in Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, that will live in those Microsoft Productivity Suite tools, right? You need to have some context. How's that? So with co-work is going to be watching you what you do very quickly is going to learn and going is going to start automating those work. That way you focus on doing the work and you tell co-work what to do for you. So you will be the driver and it's going to be driving it for you. Okay, or you will be the person telling your driver where to take you. Okay, so cleanup is say, let's say in what Microsoft cleanup calendar reschedule meeting, right? They start talking and then when you should see that, let's see if you guys see that.
You're in back-to-back meetings, your to-do list won't stop growing, and the actual work still needs to get done. Let's use Copilot Cowork to organize your week. It connects to Work IQ, so it understands your schedule and can tell which meetings matter. First, it shows you exactly what your week looks like, how many meetings you have, where the conflicts are, and how much time is already committed. Before it takes any action, it wants to understand your goals, what you want to prioritize that week, which meetings are low value, and any non-negotiables on your calendar. It surfaces conflicts and recommendations on what to accept, decline, or reschedule. Cowork always checks with you before making changes, but once you give the green light, consider it done. Cowork continues to work on your behalf, drafting a follow-up email to one of the meeting organizers, ready for you to review and send. And finding an open spot on your now clutter-free calendar for focus time, which you can book right then and there. Want to prep for a meeting? Ask Cowork to pull together meeting objectives, metrics, and attendee insights into a prep document. Everything you need to walk in ready. This is Copilot Cowork, built for real work.
So these kind of tool build a meeting packet, and I'm not going to go each one at a time. But our goal is just to help you in how do you use those tools in your day-to-day, whatever you do. Because I spend a lot of when most of us spend time, our time is in email or looking for a file or looking for some information and try to respond to whatever you're trying to do, right? But then many times we don't find that information. So I don't remember that file. For example, today, earlier before I was coming, that someone said, Mushi, I know that I had this, I sent you this information 4 years ago, and I don't find it. So just like Copilot Cowork, Microsoft has same way that this person is not working with Microsoft tool. She's working with the Google tool. So Google has similar solution. And okay, so how do you use that solution where that they are not spending too much time? So old days we used to do that. When we do that, then it takes so much time to find it, and then you get frustrated, and then so that's what I'm thinking when thinking to do to you these 4 sessions we set up. You as a human are going to be driver seat, and then this is what I do my job. This is what I do my job. This is what I do my job. So each of you are going to be creating your own co-worker or co-pilot so that way your day today you are not lost, and then you will see this tool is how it's going to help you, okay, to get better and to have a confidence that this is going to be useful. Okay, so far whatever I shared, any question, and then I'm going to go after the stuff I'm already told in 4 modules what you're going to be learning and why I selected each one. Will explain that reason. No questions? Clear everything?
Yeah, I have a question, Mushi.
Go ahead,
Much
Shakti.
is it is the four module of AI? How much it is a charge? How much your organization will charge to learn these things?
Okay. Copilot, if you go look into this Copilot stuff, is not when it comes to Microsoft Copilot, there is not free. There's a license cost within Microsoft side. Okay. So Typically, a person, whenever Microsoft has a license, it costs us, each person is in average, it does cost $50 to $100 to get your license and make sure that you are able to access their tool, right? So for us, that since we are being nonprofit, we said, hey, in the past I've done free. I do not want to give this to anybody free because I'm going to be spending not my time. I have people that they get paid. They don't work free. People have to pay their living. So when I'm getting that Microsoft certified trainer, Microsoft certified resources, and come and help all of you in 20 hours, that is $100 our donation we are asking to you to sign up. Okay? And then 20 hours of those time we are going to be spending with you to give you basic foundation of this, that not just all what I just told you. Because what happens then, the other part that people do not see, let's say AI won't replace humanity. Why I chose this? That I see many people, they just know ChatGPT and then they use a different tool to for job to go interview. But then in the job, even myself, when we hire people, we ask them, okay, you use Copilot, you use Bedrock, you use, let's say, Sage, or different technology that, and on the Google side, Google Gemini, walk me through this, the scenario. What was that you were doing and why did you do this? So our goal of the person to understand, was it because there is cost them too much money to have a human labor, or there was some challenge happened that unknown that nobody knew, exploratory, and because of the exploratory, they discovered the good use case to use AI, right? So that's why AI won't replace humanity, but AI will replace the people who doesn't work with AI. So you just have to tell your story. So whatever experience you're going to be telling that in your resume that you have a hands-on experience, it sticks. Human plus AI collaboration is that here, what happens when we start having people who said, I work with AI, then when we ask them, okay, help me to understand when something goes wrong, how do you go back and trace it back? If there is a legal purpose, legal involved, you have to backtrace. Something we call observability, explainability in the terms on an AI. So what I just showed you is just sending that you saw that in the Microsoft, you were asking your Outlook or in your email, find me this email, look at my calendar, and as the Copilot Cowork shows you how many meetings you have, and then or emails that you need to respond based on your input. You just say, okay, this meeting is important. I cannot skip this. I can skip this meeting. Not important. This meeting is important. Once you plan for your week, let's say Sunday or Saturday, then you have an assistant who is pretty much working free for you, right? So that's our human and collaboration. How, at what area that I'm going to rely on this tool, this AI, and at what area that I'm going to take over. Those who has, let's say, Tesla car, when Tesla has FSD, you can take over when there are scenario that you know that it's not able, so you feel like it's risky and you are not comfortable with it, right? Same way human and AI collaboration, you have to know at what point you can take over. Those are scenarios that we are planning to share with you, and what each industry, education, medical, banking, is acting differently, but logic is the same. Then number three is citizen AI revolution. This is where it comes in that some of you here, and that what we saw earlier, that okay, I work with Copilot. However, that we use a Copilot, Microsoft Copilot changed so much that when Microsoft started their Copilot and 2023, and after investing with OpenAI, that and then hosting in Azure, but then with ChatGPT, but then Copilot is their entry point to show that they are giving you the tool to create all this automation, augmentation, workflow, age, and so on. However, Microsoft for a while leading that area. But if you look at it last 2 years, that's who is taking that over? It's Google, Amazon, right? We knew it's gonna happen. So but Microsoft behind the scene that they have been doing other things, focusing their Outlook. Like today, if you have Outlook and Word is built in Copilot. So they work on focus on how to enable this worker. That's what IQ worker. They're talking about that more power worker who loves through technology. And then they say, I don't need to have a developer. I can write my code. I can do this. But give me something that where no code, low code solution, and still I can automate those area. That's citizen AI revolution. Okay. And Microsoft ecosystem. Our whole training is going to be focusing on at this time Microsoft because we see that larger enterprise uses Microsoft stack, but especially when it comes to productivity suite area. Okay. And number four, prompt engineering AI thinking. This is also something that by the end of this course that what we are going to do will give you around 60 to 100 prompts that I see that repeatedly that I myself and others are using it, right? So I thought, okay, we'll show you how you use Microsoft, the tool within the, with the tool library, those prompts, and also you create your own prompt because everyone have their different job, different type of responsibility. Once you set it up that your coworker is going to be that are consistently giving you the result you're looking for, you won't feel like you're just wasting too much of my time, right? So that's the structured prompting areas that and how do you improve your communication or the when you send your the tell Copilot Cowork that write an email to your manager versus to your colleague, to your manager, right? What are the tone you need to use? What context? Those are the things we're going to be covering there. Okay. And then and the final each time we're going to give you an idea, you'll be working together and individually and in the group, just though like those who join MIT program in the past that we said, hey, okay, let's do a group project. And then in the group project that each of you are going to be taking a role in in an area. So you'll say, okay, I'm doing this project, this is my capstone project, and this is my individual. So when you are trying to showcase your not learning and application throughout your job or wherever you are applying, that then you can walk through it. That's how we are planning to do this program. So that it's not like we give the lecture and you come in and sit in. And especially most of you, when we do remote, we get distracted. Things happens and then somebody hears something and then somebody is because of the distraction, you are not coming on camera, it loses. Okay, and that's also another reason now you see many company, including myself, that I'm forcing everyone in my company come to office, or when they come on camera, that we do meeting like this. We are always, I don't, if I'm speaking, still I want to see them there on camera. That there are others in the room that are watching. Are they paying attention or they're getting distracted? Okay. So that's what in our plan to do these 4 weeks and the typical time what we are thinking. So one, I know many of you have weekdays and weekend. So Labor Day weekend is coming up and then we thought, okay, very soon that those who is going to be celebrating Eid going to happen. Right after that, I think in June or 4th, is like evening time, 7 p.m. we can do. And then that Sunday. One day, one weekdays, one Sunday, 2 weeks. 3 hours is usually typically 3 hours each session is going to be. Okay. So fourth session lecture, fifth session is going to be your demo and just closing out this level. If once you do this level, then I have intermediate level who wants to go the next one. That's we're setting it up in parallel. Any questions? And a lot of this stuff is non-technical. We will not show you how to write a flow, but Module 4 will show you how to use some of those Copilot where zero code you're writing, but still you're making your co-worker, some of the automation agent is there for you. No questions? So
So Mush, thank you for this. So your training is going to be all about Copilot Cowork,
It's
generally
all
speaking?
about Copilot Cowork and on AI. So Copilot is the tool we are going to be using on the Microsoft side. We will touch up comparative on Google, Amazon,
Okay.
what others. So because of the license, Google, I do not know. That's why I say I cannot have license for everyone. It costs money. They don't give us free. So with the Microsoft side, we have a negotiated price. Okay.
No, so yeah, to follow up on this, co-work through Copilot is only for company affiliated account. If you have a Microsoft
Yes,
account for a
I know.
school or company, but what if I only have a personal account?
Yeah,
So you're
but the thing is, remember, we are learning this for job and making sure that in the job world that most of you have a job, right? But then I see that people have this kind of tool, they do not know how to use it. But then
Mhm.
you are falling behind in the job side. Okay. So
Okay,
it's
thank you.
going to be, and even myself, I have people that's very senior level people report and the junior level. So in the past, if I say, okay, can you go? This is the project you're going to be doing. I need you come up with a plan and a roadmap and just what are the pros and cons, and let's present that to me. What do I need to do? What do you need? So things like this that in the past it used to be so much hard to come up with somebody. Now with the Copilot Cowork, depending on with the simple sum of those prompt and the data point context, you'll be on top of your game. So there, earlier used to ask this kind of thing to my senior leads. Now it goes to the junior leads who said, "Hey, I have this plan ready." I say, "Okay, show me." So very soon when I see them, some of the junior resources are way faster than the senior one, then you guys all know that time is coming. Somebody is okay, well, what can we optimize? Learning is one, optimize resource while cost cutting. I don't need these people. I don't need these people anymore. So that's what we're planning to show you how you can use these so that you do not become one of them, those who have experienced that your job is at risk. Okay. Somebody asked, is it going to be online or in person? Everything online. First thing, everything online session and just like this. Because in person is, it's is ve- it's very impossible for us to go. Even when I do in person, so many sessions, it's hard. That's why I say when online you are going to be coming in, doing the work together as a team, you will come on camera because unless you have some other restriction, but believe me, if you truly do that, I've seen my team that as soon as we enforced everybody has to come on camera, I have people work all over the country, but when they come on camera, everybody is paying attention as a team. Okay. Just for today only, just so you know, I did not just there is a link, make a donation $100. Only first 5 or 10 of you, 50% of that, make a donation, 50% of that, and then follow the same process just today. Okay. And it's not going to be after I'm done and somebody come in tomorrow, I forgot. And I think if somebody watch this recording as we record it, this offer is going to be expired. First 5%, because those who that, and somebody has financial difficulty, you know how to reach out, or that in their instruction is there, Sajida, let her know, we'll help you. Our goal is not try to take your something that you cannot do this. But this is something we know that if you really invest something from your side, you will be more serious. Because I've done so many free sessions before in the past and stuff as a charity, I see that people do not respect. Where I have people that when they go 500,000, $2,000 AI training, they feel like I paid all this money. But I know for sure we'll be giving a lot more value than other people because I'm living it. AI is something that is not theory. We internally use it for every single purpose. We will show you so many products we created through the AI. Every day we use AI. So we'll pass it on. So you can do the same thing. So AI can truly help you to do your job better and then promote yourself, whatever is the situation you are in. Okay. I have 2 more minutes before we expired because usually 40 minutes. We do not want to do whole entire 1 hour in the sessions. Any questions before we run out the time? If not, please do tell those you know that AI, they just not sure if AI is they here to bubble or stay. It's going to be stay. AI is not going away. It is the new way of new name of IT. Everybody knows IT, but in this IT, you do not need to have a computer science degree anymore. All it takes to have a mindset to learn and be open-minded that and the technology is just that's what is happening. And
Wish
business people who run the operation business, they are the one going to be if they start taking more and more soon a lot of software engineers and IT people is going to be replaced. Those who thought I know all this in and out is the now AI does much better coding and stuff. Okay, somebody wanted to say something?
Hi, my name is Atir. So my question is, when the program is going to start?
I mentioned earlier this is we are doing on June. Anybody remember the date I mentioned? June 4th. June 4th, 7 p.m. Okay, evening. We know most of you are going to have a job. Each session is going to be around, I will schedule 3 hours, but depending on the time, 2 to 3 hours sessions.
Okay, and may I
Okay.
know how many days the course?
Four module. It's just a nice that way. There is a link here sitting there. It has a list those 4 modules. Okay, it's 4 modules. The lecture, practice, and fifth one is the lab, and this total 5.
Okay, so all the modules training is going to be online?
On everything online, correct. We have people here also in the room that is like even in USA and East and West and people from Canada. So we cannot bring everybody in a room. Okay.
Okay, so and if I have any questions, then what is the way to?
It's on the link. There is an email address. You can send it to her. Send
Okay,
that question to that email.
okay,
Okay.
okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. And also the registration is there. We'll send out an email also after the session. Those who registered online, you'll get a link with the recording. So in under that link that when you get the email, you can reply to that email with the subject. Please do make sure your subject, whatever question it is, that way where your email doesn't get lost. Okay.
Okay,
So again, today only 50% of whatever it is. So basically, think of that we are spending 20 hours with you. We said $100 today for $50, and then you sign up for all of them. And then after today, it's going to be back to normal $500. But it requires each call cover the license cost as this Copilot and stuff is not the regular is enterprise. So it will just cover our cost, not the time. Okay.